Good morning, teacher and classmates. Today we're going to talk to you about the pandemic through the year from the 1994 to 2020.
Hello everyone, today I will talk about the Ebola pandemic, Ebola in West Africa. The first outbreak of human Ebola red plague or African hemorrhagic fever on more than 30 times have occurred until 2014, where more than one person has been infected, mainly in Equatorial Africa and more recently West Africa. Occurring in Sudan in June 1966, were in occurring affecting 284 people, of whom 151, 53% died. Later in the same year, another outbreak developed in the ex-Zaire, and now the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The affect 3,018 people, of whom 2,069 88 died, according to data from the World Health Organization. In Ebola hemorrhagic fever outbreaks, the case fatality rate has varied, depending on the type of association virus, between 25% and 19%, with the average value 55%. Next. This is how the doctors saying group chat describe it. Headache, fever, tiredness, and joint pain make up the first symptom of Ebola infection. Diarrhea, thrush, and mainly come later. Hiccups are particularly serious seen with Ebola. Next. In 1994, when Ebola first hit a Bakola community in the Gabonese jungle, it inhabiting received the deadly virus as if it were an all a quarantine. Only Ebola was a new term for white man. For them, it was Exanga. In the culture of these Pingi people, the Exanga are vampires or evil spirits in human form that devours the organ of people who do not share their ear things with others. Thank you.
Avian flu. Okay, the avian flu is a viral infection disease affects birds. Also, it has a known potential to infect different species of mammals, include humans, pigs, and domestic cats. It was first identified in Italy in the late 19th century and today has manifested itself in various parts of the world. Okay, in this image, we can see the way in which the virus is transmitted by a direct contact, contaminated surfaces, and the bird flu virus in the air. Symptoms: chest pain, breathless, fever, headache, diarrhea, colds, and vomit. Treatment: treatment with antiviral drugs can make the disease less severe. It can also help prevent the flu in people who were exposed to do it. There is currently no vaccine available to the public. Since 2003, a devastating avian flu epidemic caused in the highlight deadly virus H5N1 has affected since 2003, particularly poultry population in the many countries in Asia, Middle East, Europe, and Africa. More than 100 people who were in direct contact with infected birds have died. In the most cases, they were children and young people who had been in good health until then.
H1N1. In the spring of 29, a novel influenza I H1N1 virus emerged. It was detected first in the United States and spread quickly across the United States and the world. This new H1N1 virus contained a unique combination of influenza genes not previously identified in animals or people. This virus was this then seen influenza I H1N1 PDM9 virus. 10 years later, work continues to better understand influenza, prevent disease, and prepare for the next pandemic. The H1N1 PDM9 virus was very different from H1N1 viruses that were circulating or the time of the pandemic. Few young people had any existing immunity as detected by antibody response to the H1N1 PDM9 virus, but nearly one-third of people over 70 years old had antibodies against the virus, likely from exposure to an older H1N1 virus early in their lives. Since the H1N1 PDM9 virus was very different from circulating H1N1 virus vaccine, vaccination with seasonal flu vaccines of their little cross protection against H1N1 PDM9 virus infection, while a monovalent H1N1 PDM9 vaccine was produced. It was not available in large quantities until later November after the peak of illness during the second wave had come and gone in the United States. Globally, 80% of H1N1 PDM9 virus-related deaths were estimated to have occurred in people younger than 65 years of age. This difference differs greatly from typical seasonal influenza epidemic, during which about 70% to 90% of deaths are estimated to occur in people 75 years and older.
Middle East respiratory syndrome. The Middle East respiratory syndrome is a viral respiratory infection caused by the MERS-CoV of the family of coronavirus. Symptoms can range from the mild to severe. They include fever, cough, diarrhea, and shortness of breath. The disease is usually more severe in people with other health problems. The first case occurred in 2012 in Saudi Arabia, and the majority of the cases occurred in the Arabian Peninsula. The MERS-CoV is a bad derivative of beta coronavirus. The camel has been shown to have antibodies against the MERS-CoV, but the exact source of the infection in camel have not been identified. Camels are believed to be involved in the spread to humans, but how is unclear. Human-to-human spread generally requires close contact and an infection person. There are currently no specific vaccine or the treatment for MERS. Only support treatment based on patient status can be administered.
The 2019 and 2020 coronavirus disease pandemic is a pandemic derived from coronavirus disease starting in 2019, caused by the coronavirus 2 virus of severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS-CoV-2 also known, and it was the first identified in December in 2019 in Wuhan City, the sixth capital of Hubei province in the Popular Republic of China, when reporting cases of a group of sick people with an unknown type of pneumonia. Affected individual bond with workers at Wuhan, South China wholesale seafood market. The World Health Organization, WHO, recognized it as a global pandemic on March 11 in 2020. As of May 5th of 2020, more than 3 and 7 million cases of the disease have been reported in more than 212 countries and territories in the world. The five countries with the highest number of infected in the United States, Spain, Italy, and the United Kingdom and France. With more than 2,000 and, sorry, than 258,000 deaths. The virus is normally transmitted from person to person through tiny droplets of saliva, known as the flowless droplets, which are emitted by speaking, sneezing, coughing, or exhaling, currently maintain its pandemic character. Thank you.